Welcome back to my channel. My name is Abby, and today we are actually going to be decluttering my kitchen. If you are a returning subscriber or returning viewer, you'll know that I actually just did this a few weeks ago. I will link that video down below or in the corner somewhere. But it's been working out really, really well. Loving it. It still is looking really good, still organized, and it's been almost a month, so that's pretty good. But today we are going to organize the rest of my kitchen. We have some cabinets that just need to be gone through. It's really bad. So this is part of my decluttering series. I'll also link the video that I did last week down below. I just decluttered my office, closets, and bedroom area. So please check that out if you would like. It's part 1, so this is part 2. I'm doing my kitchen and my dining room area. So we have a bunch of stuff we got to get rid of. I have two of these. Like, why do I need that many utensils? I only use like 4. So like, we're going to be a little bit harder on ourselves. We're going to declutter more than I usually would. I'm going to look at stuff and be like, do I really need this? Because it makes my house a mess when I have too much clutter. Like, it's hard for me to put stuff away. And I hate, one of my least favorite chores is washing dishes and putting them away, because I feel like there's never any space for them. We have a small kitchen as it is, and it's really outdated and it needs up. That's a whole nother thing, but I need to clear up my space. It's going to help clear my mind. And yeah, it's going to make it easier for me to do my daily tasks like putting away dishes. So if you like this kind of stuff and if you are enjoying this video, please give it a like. Subscribe to my channel if you want to stick around and watch the rest of my decluttering series. The biggest part is going to be my basement and my garage. I have stuff in there from when I was living at my parents' house years ago. So we have a lot to declutter. So if you'd like to stick around, definitely do that. And let's get started. So I'm going to lightly organize this as I'm going, but I was able to get rid of, so I got rid of a lot of the glass lids. The reason I did that is because those stainless steel, the silver lids will fit all of my pans. There's only one more lid that I have. It's currently drying, that fits my biggest pan that those lids wouldn't fit. So I'm thinking I'm just going to keep those, and what I'll do is I will put those lids in a box on the side for maybe just a couple weeks, just to make sure I don't need any of the extra lids. But if I could just get it down to just these like 5 or 6 lids, that would be great. I like only ever grab 3, so at most. So I like that. And then in here is where I have all my pots and pans. So I'm trying to figure out what would work best as I'm like cooking. If I want to grab something, where would I want to grab it? So yeah, and I have this now, since I got rid of all those lids. I have this that I could use. which is great. So I might use these for like my cutting boards and stuff. We'll see. But that's where I'm at now. Trying to figure that out. We'll see.
I'm looking out from my window.
So I was just showing you there. They're like hot plates, and my grandpa made those for me, and it said Grandpa in the year 2019 when he made them for me. And I thought that was so sweet. But yeah, so what I'm doing here is I'm just going in and reorganizing these pots and pans because I had got rid of all of those lids, and I had extra space and some extra organization tools. So I was just trying to figure out what would work best here, and ultimately I think what I did worked pretty well. I will say that I did get rid of more of the cutting boards after the fact because I was like, why do I need this many? I really only needed, the 3 different sizes, a big one, a medium one, and a small one that came together. I did get rid of the plastic ones. So I just kept the wooden cutting boards here. So those 3 that I just put in there, I did get rid of. But this cabinet was such a big transformation. It is so much nicer to get in here. I know where everything's at, and it's less stressful trying to get the stuff out of the back or on the top. So yeah, I think this turned out really, really well. So much easier, and this is what I was able to get rid of. Yeah, so now we're moving on to my utensil drawer. I reorganized this a few videos ago, probably a couple months ago now. And I just was able to see what I hadn't used, and so I got rid of quite a few things. I was pretty proud of myself, but there was some things that I did keep because they're not something that I use all the time, but they are stuff that I do use a few times a year. So I ended up moving those towards the back. But yeah, I just really went through and was like, okay, do I need this? Like, when's the last time I used this? That kind of thing, to help me declutter in an efficient way, but also like be harder on myself this time around.
Wake up, I'm not ready, let me have another day. Don't wake up, keep it steady, cause I'm happy, I'm not gonna wake up. No, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa, no, not yet, whoa. I'm afraid I'll end up nowhere. They keep saying I'll be fine, but how you know that I'll be there?
So now I'm just working on the silverware drawer, which I was able to get rid of. A lot of those straws were just old. And then these knives, I'm like, why do I need so many knives? A lot of these were gifted to us when we moved into our house. So I just went through and was like, okay, which I don't use all of these. So got rid of some of those, and the ones out of this knife holder. Was able to put some of the knives back in here that I wanted to keep, but ultimately I did get rid of about 4 or 5 of these because I just don't use them. And you'll also see me using this vacuum cleaner. I will link that below. They sent this to me a few videos ago, but I really do like it. It's really helpful, and yeah, here I'm like, why? Yeah, it's really helpful for this kind of project that I'm just doing the countertops and the cupboards and stuff. Makes it easy. But now I'm going through my kitchen utensils. I had 2 utensil jars. Yeah, I did not need that many. I did get it down to just 1, and I probably could get it down even more, but I wanted to see what I actually used. So I'm going to test it out and see what I use, and maybe in the next couple of months I will revisit the kitchen to declutter again. But yeah, I was very happy that I only had to put 1 on my countertop.
No, not yet, whoa. I'm not gonna wake up. Even if you tried, you wouldn't understand it. Maybe something's missing inside of you. Just a bit of sugar.
cleaning off the countertops, and then we are going to move into under the sink. Once again, this is a pain point for me. I organized this a few months ago, and yeah, it needs it again. And someone had commented before why I used baskets. I think it was under here, or maybe in another cupboard, but I had problems with leaking cleaners, so I just kept them in the basket so that they would not leak in the cupboard and make it worse than it was. But anyways, I ended up finding a cleaner that was bought twice, and then I found a dish soap that I've been looking for, so I'm super happy about that. But I'm like, this is why I need to declutter, because I'm finding doubles of things. So yes, I'm going to reorganize this. I'm also going to not use that jar anymore for the dishwashing pods. It was kind of not doing a good purpose. It was just pointless, I guess I should say. If I was just, the tub was, it's perfectly fine to have them just in the tub. So I will be just using that. But yeah, I'm just putting the cleaners in here that I know that I'll grab for, and that's it. I'm not having any extras. The stuff that I was keeping, I'm like, oh, maybe I'll use this one day. No, I'm either donating it or getting rid of it because it's old and I just don't use it, and it's fine. If I didn't like the scent of something, I was just very, on the roll today of getting rid of stuff. So this is what I'm left with. That's what I got rid of, and I'm super happy about it. It looks so much better under here. 10 times better. So now we're moving into this Lazy Susan cabinet. It really didn't need a whole lot of decluttering. Basically, I was just checking expiration dates. I refilled this flour container. Mostly it was just, I think I got rid of some powdered sugar, but that was about it. This one I do try to keep up with just because of the ingredients are in there. I don't want like bugs or anything to get in here, so I try to keep this as clean as possible. But yeah, this one didn't need too much. And so we are going to be moving on to my spice cabinet. That was the worst. Oh my gosh. This is something I need to do way more often, is check the expiration dates on my spices. I'm one that just kind of just uses it and, forgets about it. But yeah, it needs to be done. So yeah, I'm checking on the expiration dates and had to get rid of about 90% of my spices. I will say that I don't use all of these. I'm bad at I'll find a recipe, I buy the spice instead of just borrowing it from somebody or seeing if my parents have some spice that I can just borrow. Because then what happens is you put it in the spice cabinet, you don't ever use it unless you use that one recipe, and then you forget about it. So yeah, I had to get rid of a lot of them. Some of them expired in 2021. So I kept what was not expired or ones that I use all the time that had not expired. So this is what I'm left with. And the Lazy Susan works so well because this is a small, narrow cabinet. But yeah, super happy about that. Not too happy that I had to throw away a bunch of stuff, but it is what it is. I can't, can't take back what happened, but it happens. But yeah, so I'm just going to go through this little baking container and put in just what I use and get it all organized. And I actually ended up not using the top shelf, which was good because you'll see here in a second. Yeah, me trying to get the stuff off the top shelf, I have to climb up on the countertops. So I didn't put anything up there because I didn't have to, and because it's hard to reach and I forget what's up there. So that's why I'm decluttering, because it's just not functional in some places. So this really helped, and I'm glad I was able to do it. So since I was decluttering this day, dishes had piled up because I was focusing on the decluttering part. So I'm going to actually clean the dishes here and get that whole countertop space cleared off. But while I'm doing this, I just want to ask you guys, what is the space in your house that gets cluttered the fastest? For me, it's definitely the kitchen. between not having a whole lot of counter space and just cooking at home all the time, dishes pile up, snacks in the snack drawer because it's either too small or I'm not putting them away correctly. Those pile up and they just look very cluttered. So it's definitely my kitchen that gets cluttered very, very quickly. So let me know, what is a space in your house that gets cluttered the fastest? So I also hope that you're enjoying some of the music choices. I love trying to pick out music for the videos just because I have a very eclectic music taste. I love anything from country to old time to bluegrass to polka music to rap. Like, I grew up, my family, my mom and dad had always had different music tastes. My dad really likes songs from like the 80s and 90s, but then also my mom loved the, early 2000s and like oldies, and she introduced me to like the music from like the 50s and 60s, and I absolutely love all different kinds of music. So I wanted to kind of bring that into the video. Obviously, I'm getting my music, royalty free and stuff like that, but I was like, I want to kind of incorporate different kind of music, so maybe you like something, you like a different kind of style than another person. So, I wanted to mix it up, put a different kind of music in my videos. So you have to let me know if you like that kind of thing. And if you also have an eclectic music taste, I can literally, my Spotify or my, playlists are very all over the place. Like, sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to country or bluegrass or whatever. Sometimes I'm in the mood to listen to rap. So you have to let me know. Are you the same way? But anyways, the last thing I'm doing here is cleaning out the hutch in my dining room. This is where I hold all of my cookbooks. So I'm just going through and getting rid of a few of those. And we're almost done decluttering for the day. Here in a second, I'm actually going to show you the 4th of July tissue box cover that my grandmother made. So, yep, I love showing those. But anyway, yes, we are almost done, and I will show you now what we got rid of. But thank you guys so much for clicking on my video today. I much appreciate it, and I hope to see you next week. Bye, guys.